Hi, welcome to Simply Country Cuisine. Well, today we're going to make hummus. Hummus originated in the Arab countries. And so going back, because chickpeas, garbanzo beans, are grown readily over there. Now, I wanted to give you a little hint. You can actually find hummus in the Bible. And it goes back to the first time Ruth and Boaz met when they were in Bethlehem, and he offered her what seemed to have been an ancient form of hummus. And he said, let me read that to you. He said, "Come hither and eat of the bread and dip thy morsel in the hummus." I'm sure I'm saying that right. It's not pronounced hummus, but it's H-O-M-E-T-Z. So it's very likely that Jesus would have eaten hummus because it was something they could dip their bread into. It was protein. You can make hummus out of many things. We're gonna do the basic chickpea hummus today. You can make it out of red lentils, which would have been very popular over there. They're very popular over here today. You can use black beans, probably pinto beans. You can use cooked carrots, anything, because all you want to do is to create a creamy, thick dip. Use it as your protein or your vegetable, and then dip your probably pita bread or hearty, thick homemade bread maybe. We're actually going to use American bagel chips today. So let's get started. I drained and washed a can of chickpeas, garbanzo beans. Now I'm going to put them in my little blender. And to this, now I've made this before many times, but I want to use just this specific recipe. I'm going to use 3 tablespoons, and this one too, I would use a very good grade olive oil. The fruitier the olive oil, and you are going to taste it in your hummus. And I'm going to put 3 tablespoons in. Now we're going to add a fresh lemon, but we're going to start with a little bit of zest. And I'm just going to do maybe 2 or 3, we'll do 4 little swipes of lemon zest. I don't want it to make it too lemony. And now I'm going to put 2 tablespoons of fresh lemon juice in here. Let's see if I can actually do this in the tablespoon. This is a very juicy lemon. And we only put maybe 1/4 teaspoon of lemon zest in this. Now, I have garlic here somewhere. There it is. If you'd like, as my grandmother would say, a kiss of garlic, maybe use 1/2 clove. If you like a good taste of garlic, use a whole clove. If you're Susie and you absolutely love garlic, use 2 cloves. Now, if I had my large food processor out, I probably wouldn't have cut my garlic, but because I've got the small one out here, I'm gonna cut it up and just put it in here. All right, so we have 2 cloves of garlic in this one. Now I'm gonna put a little bit of sea salt. Let's see, probably about 1/4 teaspoon. I take that back. That was kosher salt. I'm gonna put 1/2 teaspoon of ground cumin in it. And the reason I'm doing that is cumin's gonna give it an earthy taste. A more natural earthy taste. I don't want a healthy 1/2 teaspoon. I want a scant 1/2 teaspoon. There we go. Now I have a little bit of water here, but let's try and see if this will whiz it up in here. It's gonna look a little grainy at first. This is why we have the water, because, oh, that comes right on, doesn't it? That scared me. We're gonna add the water if we think it looks a little grainy. Now let's give it a whirl around here with this. Oh my goodness. It smells so good. Okay, now it is a little grainy. So let's take our spoon. We're gonna start with about 1 tablespoon of water. We don't want it runny. Now I think, I think we could probably use about the other tablespoon in there of water. I'll give it another little stir. Push all, oh yes, that's much better. See, it's kind of pasty. We're not gonna add any more water, but we are gonna give it another zhuzh up here. And then we're gonna taste it before we take it out of the blender. All right, let me get a little taste of it. The garlic's in there really good. I think it needs a little salt, more salt. So I'm gonna put in about another half teaspoon of salt. Now, you come back and join me in a second and we're gonna plate this up. And don't forget to check in our comments. The ingredients will be listed for this recipe in the comments. But use your imagination, let it go wild, hit different recipe venues, and there are thousands of recipes out there for hummus. Now this one did not have tahini in it. Tahini is a very, very popular item, but this one did not. I did have tahini, believe it or not, when I was going through my pantry, but I just chose not to use it. Now what I've done was I plopped it in my little bowl here. Now if I was gonna serve this at a party, I would smear it out. I could have reserved back a couple of the chickpeas and put on top of it. I'm going to take very little bit of smoked paprika, very little, just to sprinkle a little bit on top. And then my good olive oil. And there I have a party perfect dish of hummus. I'm gonna give it a little taste with a bagel bite. Oh, that's good. The bread cuts down the heat of the garlic a little bit, but boy is it garlicky. But always remember to subscribe, like, and share our videos on YouTube. We're also located on Facebook and Instagram, and you'll be alerted on Wednesday that when our next video comes out. And if you don't have a place to worship, please join us at any one of our Glad Tidings locations. We're in Central Texas, one church, 5 locations. We'd love to have you at any of them. And remember, hummus has been around for centuries. So let's eat and enjoy.